First things first, being a criminal is a terrible career choice. One, because it's wrong, and two, because destroying evidence is insanely difficult. And you sure as hell can't get away with murder, unless you know how. This is how it's destroyed. Special Crime Edition.
This recording will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Criminals spend a buttload of time trying to destroy evidence. So we're going to show you how people have tried to eradicate fingerprints, annihilate DNA, and make victims' bodies disappear. Before we get to destroying evidence, here's a few idiotic ways you should know not to destroy evidence. In September 2016, a Florida man was caught on video attempting to chew off his fingertips while sitting in the backseat of a police car. And since the average human chomp generates about 170 pounds of pressure per square inch, this idiot definitely destroyed his fingerprints. Unfortunately, if you eat off your fingerprints, they grow back. Moving on. Here's another brilliant way to destroy fingertips straight from criminal urban legend. Pineapples. Pineapples are the only known source in nature that contain the enzyme bromelain. What the f is bromelain? It's a mixture of enzymes that digest protein. So when you're eating a pineapple, you're eating bromelain, and the pineapple's technically eating you back. And since more than 75% of the skin is made up of proteins like collagen and keratin, bromelain thrashes the skin. So theoretically, pineapples can destroy fingerprints, but don't take my word for it. Take it from this badass. Public enemy number one, John Dillinger, put acid on his fingertips to change their appearance. Something he likely learned from stories of workers in Cuban pineapple fields who didn't have fingerprints. But did it work? No. Acidic chemicals do break down skin, but it takes a long time, and just like eating your fingertips, it's temporary. But there is a more costly and effective method. Surgically grafting skin from your foot to your fingertips. No duh. Because of today's technology, criminals now more than ever are turning to skin grafting to destroy their fingerprints. So yeah, putting toe prints on your fingers destroys fingerprints. But having a surgically altered body part gives criminals a trait that actually makes them easier to find. This next evidence destruction is one of my all-time faves. So what happens to drug evidence when the police need to get rid of it? Evidence burns. Police have used crematories, foundries, hospital incinerators, and even 55-gallon barrels to torch drugs. But Indonesian cops are the kings of drug destruction. In March of 2015, Indonesian police got the entire city of Tangerang high after burning 3 tons of confiscated marijuana. That's over 1.4 million people subjected to 3 tons of pot smoke in broad daylight, or as the people of Tangerang called it, Burning Man. Hey! Grow up. What one thing does every murdering psychopath on TV have in common? They all reach for this. Oh, I am on fire today. To clean up their bloody messes, which proves murdering maniacs aren't very smart. Guys, don't reach for the bleach if you're trying to hide blood. You gotta go next level. You need an oxygen-producing detergent. Researchers at the University of Valencia tested oxygen bleach on blood-staining clothing and found that it destroyed all DNA evidence. All of it. Why? Forensic tests rely on the ability of blood to uptake oxygen. Detergents that produce oxygen bubbles cause the blood to degrade and no longer uptake oxygen, making it untraceable, yo. No uptake, no evidence. And all because oxygen from the detergent got to the blood before a forensic test kit. So you think oxygen bubbles helped you get away with murder? Nope. It's nearly impossible to get rid of 100% of DNA evidence. DNA is microscopic, and human error when it comes to covering up evidence is almost inevitable. It doesn't take more than a stray pube or a trace of blood to take down a murderer. So let this be a warning. Don't f with forensics.
I like to have fun, but don't mess around with money. Money is money, but don't mess around with funny money. Cause funny money makes you end up in the early casket.
All right, now it's time for the destruction you've all been waiting for. How to destroy a body. We all saw Breaking Bad, and it taught us one thing through a very simple plot. If you're a high school chemistry teacher who degrades into a primordial twisted narcissist who murders people for meth, you throw their bodies in hydrofluoric acid after they're dead and poof, they're gone. Drug-free, jail-free, scot-free. Does it really work? Yes. Well, sorta. On the show, victims' bodies were liquefied in hydrofluoric acid, which is crazy toxic and does technically break down organic matter. But hydrofluoric acid isn't the best acid for the job. Notorious murderers have been using sulfuric acid for years to destroy bodies. And while acid may take care of your dirty work, it's not gonna happen fast. And liquefying every single cell of the human body, yeah, right. For that, you probably wanna try lye, AKA sodium hydroxide, the main agent in drain clog remover. Don't believe me? This morbid Asian Drano even puts dissolved clothes, bones, and hair right on the label. When heated to 300 degrees, sodium hydroxide can liquefy human remains in just about 3 hours. A similar process is used in alkaline hydrolysis, also known as biocremation, a process that liquefies bodies and is being marketed as a bio-friendly funeral option. Sure, you can hide evidence, try to move your toe prints to your fingerprints, and even melt bodies in hydrochloric acid. But the real lesson here is, don't f with forensics, because it'll f with you. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see how to destroy other random things, click the box on the left. Or click the box on the right to check out some other awesome All Me shows. And don't forget to subscribe.